Hey everybody, this is Sean Lazarus, and you're listening to the post-UFC 217 edition of the Finish Podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. So, I kind of wanted to give a little bit of time between the end of UFC 217 and now. I wanted to give myself, half a day to let the results kind of marinate, to let everything kind of marinate and not be so emotional about it. I wanted to do, I was going to do an immediate recording right after the event. I was actually going to do a live stream about it, but I wanted to kind of hold it back and, like I said, let it kind of marinate and see what I thought after the show. My feelings are still just as strong now. I thought UFC 217 was one of the best shows, that UFC has put on. Oh my God. I'll be honest with you, if you go back and listen to the last podcast, I picked the co-main events and the main event winners. I didn't do the whole show. I just did the three headliners. I picked Joanna to beat Rose. Obviously, that didn't happen. I picked TJ to beat Cody, which happened, that was amazing. And I'll go in detail over that. And then I picked GSP to beat Bisbee. So, Joanna and Rose. My comments were, hey, I admit when I'm wrong. My comments were, I didn't think Rose wanted it bad enough, and boy, was I wrong. I thought that when she went in there... Now, let me backtrack just a little bit before I do that. Okay, so there are different types of calm. Okay? There's the Holly Holm right before the Ronda Rousey fight calm. And I definitely got the impression from her that she was so confident. She had been there before, and she was so confident in her abilities, and she was just chill. I never got the impression from her that she was scared or anything like that. So fast forward to this with Rose acting like the way she has, just being so stoic throughout the whole, especially throughout fight week. Not gonna lie, I thought it was kind of out of fear, and it definitely was not out of fear. I almost felt bad for Joanna. I'm a huge Joanna fan, and she talked a lot of smack, and she had to eat crow, She had to eat her own words. Props to Rose. Going back and looking at that fight, Joanna, something was off, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was her. I don't know if it's just she couldn't get Rose's timing down and the distance right. But Joanna wasn't her typical, she wasn't really putting any pressure on her. It's like she couldn't get anything off. It was very strange. It wasn't the typical Joanna that, we've come to know, So, I'm not 100% sure what happened. C'est la vie. It is what it is. She lost. She got rocked. She tapped due to strikes. Which is probably, as far as MMA is concerned, I guess that's one of the worst ways to go. Yeah, I guess people they'd rather tap out over submission than tap out the strikes. But anyway, so on to the next co-main event, Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw. TJ did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He was so collected against Lineker. He was so collected in there against Cody. He was so comfortable. He was relaxed. He knew what his range was going to be. At least on the second round. The first round, he was still trying to find his range, but Cody rocked him at the end of the first round, and like you said, I think his ability to recover from that was definitely due to his conditioning. So say what you want. Obviously, you can't condition your jaw, but your physical fitness level does play a part when it comes to you recovering from, any type of knockdown situations where your brain gets a little cloudy. It definitely helps. The more physically fit you are in your cardio, it does make a difference. And TJ Dillashaw, he looked the best physically that I've probably ever seen him look. And I was so happy to see TJ win that. It was it was definitely something. I don't like Cody. I don't like Cody after the post-press fight conference either. The whole entire time, it's so just so half-assed, his congratulatory. Like, it was just, oh, well, he was the better man. Well, he beat me. Hats off to him. He beat me, but I'm the better fighter. I know I'm the better fighter. Well, no, you're not the better fighter. You lost. Oh, I only lost because I messed up and he capitalized. No shit. Isn't that how everybody loses? They mess up and the other person capitalizes? That's the dumbest damn thing I've ever heard. Like, I mean, seriously, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Of course you messed up. Of course TJ capitalized. At that level, you're only talking inches you need to win sometimes. Sometimes that's all that makes the difference. When you're at that elite of a level and you're on that championship level, sometimes it's not necessarily about the miles. It's about the inches that determine the winner or loser. And, TJ was right there ready to capitalize. He was fully aware of everything that was going on. And he saw it. He saw his opportunity. Hit him with that hand and swarmed on him, and that was it. I hats off to him. I hope we can see TJ and Demetrius Johnson. I think that'll be a great super fight. It'll be huge for TJ and DJ. It'll be huge money, and I hope it happens. So, GSP, Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping, of course, talked a lot of smack, as he always does. This, not a big surprise. Talked a lot of smack, especially in this last week. And he just knew the only way he was going to get beat is if St Pierre was going to wrestle with him, grapple with him to the ground. Interesting enough, now I'm just going off of memory here. What did St Pierre go for? With 2 takedowns in the first round? Oh, a takedown in the first round, a takedown in the second round, and then he went for the one in the third round, which is the one that he caught the elbows from the bottom from Bisping. And the whole time, he beat him at his own game. He beat him at stand-up. And people were, when St Pierre got him in the choke and he passed out, all the tweets were like, yeah, what a great champ, what a man, he didn't even tap. Well, even Michael Bisping admitted it happened so fast, he didn't even have a chance. He didn't even have a chance to tap out because St Pierre's grip was so strong, he didn't even have a chance to tap. So, he's like, yeah, I would have tapped. Definitely, for sure. I don't think it's the end of Michael Bisping. I'd love to see him fight at least one more time. I'd like to see him go out on a winning note. I'd like to see... I don't know. I'd like to see maybe him and Rockhold play it back again. Or maybe even him and Silva play it back again. Because, those fights, Bisping lost first round knockout to Rockhold, and then Rockhold lost first round knockout to him. I think there has to be that third match to really figure out who's the best. Also, too, or there is that rivalry, with Yoel Romero. Him and Bisping, they really don't like each other. I think that could be something interesting. Former champion fights I guess what would Yoel Romero be? He's number 3 contender, right? That could be an interesting fight, and the winner of that fight maybe gets the title match. So that could be interesting. I think this was probably I would say the defining moment for GSP. And I'm not saying it was necessarily his best fight, but it goes to show you how it speaks volume for his level of dedication and his seriousness and professionalism to his craft. And I think it speaks volumes, and I think some of these younger wrestlers can really, St Pierre won, in my opinion, he won from a good work ethic. He never stopped training the entire time. He knew what his weaknesses were, so over the past 4 years, he has perfected his jiu-jitsu, which we saw that with the rear naked choke. He worked on his stand-up skills with Freddie Roach, the best, arguably the best, one of the best boxing coaches out there for, the pure boxing coaches. I think that this is, down the line, this is going to be one of those matches, and, it's going to sum up maybe his career. After this, is GSP really going to fight Whitaker? I don't know. I don't know. I know they say he's supposed to, but I think even Dana is kind of like, I think that Bisping and Whitaker draws a bigger fight than GSP and Whitaker. Because as good as Whitaker is, I don't think he has he doesn't have, I don't want to say toughness. I don't know. I know he's a tough kid. I just don't. He definitely doesn't have the takedown defense that Bisping has. And I think it's going to be game over for Whitaker. And I think GSP is going to go on to do whatever it is he's going to do in the third match. Obviously, everybody's speculating Conor. I don't know how Conor happens, because the only way, obviously they'd have to fight at welterweight. Conor would come up to 170 to fight him. Would GSP go back down to 170 to fight Conor? I don't know. Is it possible? Yeah, it's absolutely possible. It's possible for him to kind of start making that transition now. If he knows he's fighting Robert Whitaker, which is, he's, a little bit on the smaller side of the middleweights, I think that he could maybe start trimming down a little bit to where he weighs 185 on fight night versus cutting down to 185. And then maybe it wouldn't be such a big transition, say, 4 or 5 months down the road. I'll tell you what, if Conor and GSP happen, it's going to be this time next year at Madison Square Garden. That will be the main event. I mean, what a story. Conor wins the belt, the lightweight belt from Eddie. GSP won the middleweight belt from Bisping. And then the third year, it's Conor versus GSP. I don't know, as big of a Conor fan as I am, as big of a GSP fan as I am, I don't know that I can necessarily pick a winner for that one. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if I can That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I know Conor has some takedown defense, but he's never fought somebody. Yeah, I guess maybe you could argue Chad Mendes, but I don't think it's really hard to, apples to apples comparison on this. I don't know if Chad Mendes is the same wrestling ability, has the same wrestling ability as, say, a GSP. We don't know. Is it comparable? I don't know. I think that GSP wrestles him down and overpowers him. Now, with that said, is it possible Conor pops him before it's all said and done, rocks him, knocks him out? Yeah, very possible. But I think the same way. So Conor's specialty, his whole thing is based on his movement, right? He's all about, flow like water, Bruce Lee stuff, and he's all about punching you in ways that you don't necessarily feel them coming. Like, it's, coming from angles that you're not used to seeing, which it catches you off guard, because the punch that knocks you out isn't necessarily the hardest one. It's, it's the one that you don't see coming, right? So, whereas GSP is extremely aware of his surroundings. Again, could it be possible that Conor might be a little quicker than GSP? Possible. Bisping's pretty damn fast. I don't know. It's like I said, it's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one. But yeah, I don't know what you guys thought. I thought that UFC 217 was, like I said, definitely one of the best. Definitely one of the best, if not the best UFC pay-per-view I may have ever seen overall. Just from sheer the story, the whole entire story, all 3 title changes. It's it was awesome. I just I can't speak enough about it. I don't know what else to say. It was freaking awesome. And I don't know how UFC can manage to keep topping itself. I don't know where they go from here. You've got the Max Holloway fight coming up, and Max Holloway, Frankie Edgar. I don't know. I think Max Holloway is incredible. I don't know if I want to see him in Frankie Edgar. I really don't. I kind of want to see Francis and Overeem. I do want to see that. But by the way, I will be at UFC Fight Night on Fox Sports 1 next weekend, or actually this weekend coming up in Norfolk, Virginia. The headline is Anthony Pettis and Dustin Poirier. That's gonna be awesome. Probably one of the best. Not just because I'm going. Of course, I'm gonna hype it up because I'm going, but it's probably one of the better Fox Sports 1 overall. Yeah, I mean, there's been some good matches here and there, but I mean, that whole card is stacked. You got Sage Northcutt, you got Nate Marquardt, you got Dustin Poirier, you got Andrei Arlovski, of course, Anthony Pettis. It's just, you got John Dotson is on the card, Clay Guida's on the card. It's got a lot of big names on it. Looking forward to it, and I got some pretty good seats too, so I'll be there as a fan. So I will try to get some videos up live. Try to get some interviews with some of the fighters. Trying to make made a few contacts. So we'll see what we can do. So anyway, this is just a quick little. I just want to do a quick kind of summary of just post UFC 217, and like I said, I really enjoyed it. Hope you did too, and we'll catch you again. See you later. Oh, please don't forget to follow and like on SoundCloud or whatever platform you're listening to. Please don't forget to like and follow on whichever platform you're listening to, whether it's SoundCloud, YouTube, off of our Facebook page, and all of our information is going to be attached to whatever platform you're looking at. I'm going to have all the information for all of our other different platforms. So we just wanted to please just let us know how good of a job we're doing, and what else would you like to see? What else would you like to hear me talk about? We also, I will have interactive streams where you can ask us questions and talk, and and just shoot the breeze kind of thing. So just leave a message for me. I will definitely look at it, and we appreciate any feedback, good and bad. And with that said, you listen to The Finish.